Greetings to all from Ken Fashion Journey. Today I'm sharing with you a very simple way of ironing a shirt. Now, foremost we have to talk about the anatomy of the shirt. Once we understand how the shirt, which is the body and the skeleton, is made of, then it will be very easy for us to iron the shirt. Now, let's open it up and then we identify a certain parts. Foremost, you talk about it is that the shirt is very important. Like this is the collar, and this is the shoulder, and this is the placket. And very importantly is that as part of ironing the shirt, we have to recognize that the shirt has been stitched up in a way whereby it got piping, and you can so call it as the skeleton or bone of the shirt. Foremost, you talk about there is the body bone, there's a piping over here, and then there is the shirt center part whereby your button is called the placket, and at the same time there's also the shoulder blade, and then also there's also another stitching over here whereby it's called the wing, and last but not least you talk about the shirt sleeve. Because when you talk about the shirt sleeve, again you can observe that there is a piping over here and there is a bone which connect to the cuff over here, which connect to the cuff, and then there is also the placket over here. So this is the few parts whereby we look at it, and then from here we will move on to iron the shirt. From my experience, the first part to iron is that we have to tackle the collar. Like as you can see, this is the shirt label, so you reverse it the other side over here, and then we iron from here, because this is safer, as the other side of the collar sometimes whereby when our iron is not clean, the surface, then it will stain the shirt collar, like actually what happened to mine over here. This is, I'm sharing you from my experience and best practices. After you are done with the collar, the next part whereby we should look into is the shirt body. So what happened is that you have to slide in the shirt, the shoulder blade together with the armhole into your iron board. And then from here, we will iron on it. On some more delicate materials, you can put a plain white muslin cloth across it, and then from there, you can protect the iron from staining or any ironing marks. But for example, this is an Oxford shirt, so it is very rugged, so you will be able to take the heat. And at the same time, I would like to suggest is that go for a steam iron, especially like this steam iron is very good, because along the way, you can always press this button over here, and then it will emit a very strong steam, and you will ease out all the crease quickly and efficiently. Even though sometimes like my iron is old, that's why you can see some water dripping, it is okay, because eventually it will dry up the water. And once we are done with the body, very important, especially for shirts with placket, is to iron it and give special attention to the placket, because this is the frontage whereby people will really notice the shirt. Once you are done this side, then I recommend that you do the other side of the shirt. And I quickly share with you just to let you have a look, because ironing shirt is never a chore, because it is very quick and fun, especially you know how to do it. Now, after we iron the two fronts of the shirt, now we turn it to the back and we iron the back of the shirt. And do take note is that the sleeves, the left sleeve and the right sleeve, we will leave it to the end, because the sleeves is the delicate part. Again, as you can see, there are creases along, not to worry. You just press the button, especially when you iron, you have this facility of pressing the the button to admit a strong steam to clear off all the creases, and this will speed up your ironing job and make your life easier. Anyway, this iron has been with me for more than 22 years because this was one of the my grand aunt, my aunt actually, not my grand, my aunt gave me this present for my wedding, which is a iron, and I have been enjoying it for many years. Now, the sleeve is a bit on the tricky part, so that's why you have to flatten it with your two palms and your fingers on the ironing board, the shirt sleeve, and then from there, you can see that the bone over here is exactly underneath the shirt, and then very important is the shoulder blade, over here, because this will be the direction and will give shape to the entire sleeve. Then once you have done that, first of all, very important is that you iron over here so that it will give you a permanent line, whereby it will give direction and the shape of the sleeve. And then you iron the big part over here, and then from there you slowly move to the cuff. And once at the cuff over here, the minute you iron, the sleeve, the pleats will come together naturally. And you can see you always use the bone and you iron on the bone so that it will give it the permanent shape and the line for it. Whereas as for the cuffs, not to worry so much, because the minute you arrange the bones, because the bone and the line over here, it will give direction to the shirt cuff. So on the shirt cuff, you can just iron it across, and you can also press the steam so that the steam will go across to the adjacent bottom of the cuff. Now, what we have over here is a lovely iron sleeve. You can see it's nice because always you have to play according to the bones. That's the reason why I keep on saying is that we must know the anatomy of the shirt and also the bones and the skeleton that make up the structure of the shirt. Now, I'm sharing you from this angle so that you can have a better look. Again, you have to arrange the shirt sleeve in such a way, and then you press it over here at the shoulder blade to give it the line over here. Then there's a line, and at the same time you align the underneath the piping on the iron board, and then from here we can iron it, and then we give the bone a permanent press, and then it will give the structure to the sleeve. Now you check it out, it is really neat, and once you do that accordingly, it will give the pleat on the cuff, on the knife blade, we call it also another term, proper. And then you talk about the cuff, yep, everything will come together accordingly. Well, as you can see, the shirt is ready and is nicely ironed. Now, the final part is that most important after you iron the shirt is to button up the placket, and then now I'm going to share with you how I will fold the shirt nicely. Let's come and check it out. Now, foremost, to fold the shirt is that you have to reverse the shirt the other way around, and then you can always use an old diary or a piece of a notebook cover, which is the A4 size, as the folding template. So what you do is that you put it over here underneath the shirt, and then you fold it so that it will be very uniform. Should you not have an old diary, you can always use one of your Time magazine. You use it as a folding template. So when you fold it, of course, you can see there is the line over here, and then it will go accordingly. So what happens is that from here, it depends on how and what is the length of your shirt. So for me, what I like is that from here, I would always like to fold it all the way back, like this. And then the next part is that this is the part whereby you pull up the template, and the next part is that you fold it into two. Well, as you can see, the shirt is ready. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this instructional episode of Can Fashion Journey, and please do press the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up on the like, and I look forward to see you in the next episode of Can Fashion Journey. Bye!